When the Kenya Defence Forces are mentioned, the skies and the shadows often take the glory. Fighter jets soaring, specialized units striking with precision, yet on the ground there is a steel-clad force built to break through enemy lines and hold the fight. This is Kenya's Mechanized Infantry, the backbone in fast-moving ground warfare, delivering troops deep into the enemy line and providing their firepower. But how mechanized are they, and what role do they play in Kenya's modern battlefield strategy? Let's find out. The term mechanized infantry might sound like something from a military manual, technical, cold, and distant. But at its core, it's about how soldiers move, fight, and survive on the battlefield. Modern armies rely on three main kinds of infantry. First, there is the light infantry. These are troops who live and fight with everything they need strapped to their bodies. They operate in the most unforgiving landscapes, tangled jungles, jagged peaks, and maze-like urban neighborhoods. Places where wheels and trucks can't follow. They move quietly, blend into their surroundings, and strike when least expected. But that freedom comes at a cost. They lack the speed of vehicles, the protection of the armor, and the crushing punch of heavy weapons. Next are the motorized troops, warriors who roll toward the fight in trucks and nimble utility vehicles, eating up miles of road in a fraction of the time. When they reach the front, they spill out and fight on foot, just like light infantry. Their speed is the advantage, but it comes with a deadly gamble. Their rides are thin-skinned, offering no shield against gunfire, mines, or explosions. In an ambush, a motorized column can turn from a rapid strike force into a smoking wreck in seconds. And then there is mechanized infantry. These are not soldiers who simply walk to war, nor ones who ride in trucks. They move inside armored beasts, infantry fighting vehicles and armored personnel carriers, machines built to shield them from enemy fire, carry heavy weapons, and keep pace with tanks on the battlefield. Mechanized infantry brings something neither light nor motorized troops can match: the fusion of mobility, protection, and firepower. They can punch through defensive lines, hold grounds under relentless attack, and survive in places where unarmored troops would be cut down in minutes. In a modern war, mechanized infantry isn't just muscle. It's the backbone of large-scale offensives, the bridge between raw infantry grit and the crushing power of armored warfare. In the vast order of battle of the Kenyan Army, mechanized infantry finds its home under the banner of the 8th Brigade, a formation built for speed, protection, and firepower. These are relatively new formations in Kenya's modern military history, forged to meet the demands of a rapidly changing battlefield. The ranks include the 23rd Mechanized Infantry Battalion, at some point based in Nanyuki, but destined for permanent home in the arid frontiers of Marsabit. The 25th Mechanized Infantry Battalion holds its ground in the rugged hills of Baragoi, Samburu County, and then there is the 27th Battalion that stands ready elsewhere, while the yet-to-be-raised 31st Battalion waits in the wings with a promise of future strength. Within the brigade, each mechanized infantry battalion forms the beating heart of a larger combat team. These units are built around infantry soldiers, but their strengths lie in their mobility and armored protection. They move not on foot alone, but in a fleet of armored vehicles tailored to their missions. Whether charging across open savanna, patrolling hostile frontiers, and pushing through the chaos of urban warfare. Kenya's arsenal of mechanized infantry vehicles is as vast as it is varied, a steel-clad puzzle where it's often hard to know which machine belongs to which formation. And in this arsenal, the lines blur between MRAPs and IFVs, each built for a different war, yet often fighting side by side. Take the WMZ-551, a Chinese-built armored personnel carrier, 35 strong in Kenya's arsenal, rugged, amphibious, and battle-tested. It's a workhorse for troop transport under armor. In the lighter mechanized and MRAP category, the roster grows more formidable. The Puma M26-15 is another South African creation that is sturdy and reliable. Then we have the French-made Bastion, swift and sure-footed, darting across landscapes where heavier vehicles falter. And then there is the M1117, a recent addition of American steel, designed for security and patrol, but with enough bite to hold its own in combat zones. In recent years, Kenya's military leadership has stated its intent to acquire a new generation of armored vehicles, both to meet the challenges of today and to prepare for future threats. This includes a robust fleet of MRAPs to counter the ever-present danger of improvised explosive devices used by Al-Shabaab. 8x8 armored combat vehicles to deliver greater firepower, troop capacity, and battlefield protection. Known deliveries in this generational acquisition include around 118 Turkish-made Katmasila Hesias 4x4 MRAPs, specifically designed to withstand mine blast and ambushes. For the heavier 8x8 requirement, the Turkish Arma 8x8 has been under consideration, a platform already ordered in significant numbers by Uganda, which is believed to have secured around 100 units. Kenya has also explored European-built contenders such as the Excalibur, Panduls II, and Moag's Piranha, each offering its blend of mobility, protection, and modular armament. This evolving arsenal reflects not just a modernization effort, but a strategic shift, ensuring that Kenya's forces remain mobile, protected, and ready to respond to threats across varied and often hostile terrains. In the shifting sands of modern warfare, speed, protection, and firepower decide who holds the ground and who loses it. Kenya's mechanized infantry, already seasoned by years of counterinsurgency and cross-border operations, stands at a crossroads. The lessons of Somalia, the tense watch along the northern frontier, and the ever-present need to safeguard its borders have forged a capable force, but not yet complete. Modern battlefields demand more than bravery. They demand seamless fusion of mobility, survivability, and decisive strike capability. For Kenya, the question is no longer whether to modernize, but how fast it can be done before the next battle comes calling. Even as Kenya's mechanized infantry grows in strength, it faces challenges that shape and sometimes slow its modernization. First, the question of logistics and maintenance. A mechanized infantry unit lives or dies by its ability to keep its vehicles moving. Yet, Kenya's fleet includes a wide variety of platforms. This diversity brings flexibility, but also complicates everything from spare parts supply to mechanic training. In a fight, a broken truck or damaged engine can be as dangerous as enemy fire if replacements are not readily available. Then, there is the matter of numbers. By the standards of modern mechanized infantry doctrines, Kenya's inventory of true infantry fighting vehicles is limited. While MRAPs and APCs offer protection and mobility, they lack the firepower and heavy armor that make IFVs decisive in high-intensity combat. Finally, There are the unavoidable budget constraints. Modernization is expensive. Each new vehicle, spare part, and upgrade competes with other pressing national needs. The result is a careful balancing act, strengthening Kenya's mechanized infantry without overextending resources. Yet, these challenges do not define the future. They simply set the stage for it. The vision for Kenya's 8th Brigade is clear: a fully modern mechanized infantry force structured around powerful IFV-equipped battalions, supported by well-trained crews, standardized platforms, and efficient logistics chains. A force able to deploy rapidly across the country's diverse terrain, from the arid expanses of the north to the savannas of the south, delivering both firepower and mobility in equal measure. If realized, this transformation would place Kenya's mechanized infantry among the most capable in the region. A force not just prepared for today's conflicts, but ready for the wars of tomorrow. A fully modern Kenyan mechanized infantry would be a seamless blend of protection, mobility, and firepower. An armored fist ready to strike fast anywhere. But the real question is, will the future arrive in time? In closing, do you think Kenya needs to invest more in its mechanized infantry? What vehicles or systems would you recommend? Drop a comment below, and thanks for watching.